Good evening. It's Miss Patty for Goodnight, Sweetheart Story Time. I hope you've had a great day. Maybe you're on vacation. Maybe you're doing all kinds of fun things. Maybe you're taking swimming lessons and learning how to swim and playing with your friends. And if it's really hot, you need a popsicle and a good story. So as you get ready for bed and cozy up, Teddy here wants to say hi and good night and join us for a story time. Our first story is a little bit about waiting. Sometimes you can feel like a lot of the day is about waiting for things. That's how it feels sometimes, isn't it? Waiting Together by Daniel Dufayette. Waiting together. Some waits are still, like when you wait for the sunrise. Do you ever wake up and it's still dark in the winter? And it just magically appears. Ta-da! And lights everything up. There's a lot going on in that neighborhood, huh? But sometimes waits can fidget and squirm, wiggle and jiggle, like a loose tooth. It can take a while, a lot of waiting and working it. Or shiver and shake. If you go to the pool and you stand in line so you can jump off the board or go down the slippy slide, sometimes there's a long line and it's a little shivery, isn't it? Having to wait. Some waits are quick and pop, lickety split. Do you wait for your toast to pop out of the toaster? Others are slower and go clickety clack. If you get on a bus or the metro or the shuttle at the airport, then there are some that drip, drip, and drip. Waiting for the rain to stop so you can go play outside. Some waits hide. And others hover. Looks like she has a new baby brother. Special ones land right in your hand. Wow. Have you ever had a butterfly land on you? That's amazing. You have to be really still, huh? Sometimes waits go tick, 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 like waiting for the cookies to come out of the oven and for the timer to ding. Others ding, 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 like the ice cream man. We have an ice cream truck that comes through our neighborhood, do you? And once in a while, waiting can end with a, what do you think is going on there? There we go. These new books are sticky. Kerplunk. Have you ever been apple picking? That's great fun. No matter how hard you try, you can't make waiting go faster. It looks like everybody's still painting, and he's done, and he's ready to go play. He's hoping his friends will hurry up. Sometimes it is really hard to be patient. If you do, you'll end up with smears, smudges, or breaks. That's why waiting is always better with a friend, so you're not waiting alone. Like when you want to fly a kite and there's no wind. Or you're high in the sky and there's no more spin. Yeah, it feels a lot better to be in the Ferris wheel with a friend than by yourself, huh? At the movies, waiting can be a long line for popcorn. Really long. Or teetering on the edge of your seat. Maybe something at the movies is scary. Yikes. When it's time to say goodbye, you wait as long as you can. I know I do. Goodbyes are not my favorite. Some waits are sleepy, like when you wait for the very first star. Wow. And it magically appears just in time to make your wish. Then all kinds of waits start over again. Wait, he says. Wait for me, I'm coming out. I want to walk with you. Yay. Good friends help the waiting go by faster. Isn't that right? Well, I want to tell you that soon, when you come in, some of our reading program prizes, and I hope you'll come in and sign up if you haven't already, but I wanted you to see, this is really cool. For some of the bigger kids, let's see if Miss Patty can show it to you. This is really special colored sand with there's a seashell. And who is this? A little seahorse and a really pretty seashell, just like that. Yep. So that's one of the prizes for a little bit bigger, not the babies. And then the other things are these really cute squishies. So that's a nice thing to have when you're waiting, isn't it? Something to squish in your hands and help pass the time. Yeah. Elephant and tiger, and I think there's crocodiles and a few others, like an owl. My next story is When Sheep Sleep. Is that pretty funny? Look at them. This is by Laura Numeroff. She's the same author that wrote If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. Yep. So she's written a lot of nice books. Maybe someday you will grow up and write books. It could happen. When sheep sleep. When you can't fall asleep, then try counting sheep. She's got her special animals to play with and her teddy. And it looks like a barn. That looks like a fun farm set. But what do you do if the sheep are asleep? Can you count them when they're sleeping? Count deer in the forest instead of the sheep. Together, all nuzzled, they don't make a peep. I have lots of deer in my neighborhood, and sometimes they're snuggled down and sleeping near my magnolia tree. And other times they're munching my garden. Count cows in the meadow instead of the sheep, but under the moonlight, they've fallen asleep. Count pigs in the pig pen instead of the sheep. They wiggle in mud and they snore in a heap. I know baby pigs certainly like to sleep in a heap, all cuddled to mama. Counting puppies on pillows instead of the sheep, all cozy and cuddled, they curl up to sleep. Ah, puppies are very fun. Maybe you have a puppy at your house. Count birds in the treetop instead of the sheep, dreaming high in their nest. They can't hear a cheep. They're sleeping. Is that how the mama and daddy birds sleep? Just perched? Count cats on the sofa instead of the sheep. They're all purring softly and snuggled asleep. Maybe you have a cat at home or a little kitty. She's going to be busy counting all of them, huh? Oh, count bears in the cave den instead of the sheep. Their mom watches closely. Their safety to keep. Count rabbits in hutches instead of the sheep. Their noses still twitching. They lay fast asleep. All the little bunnies. Bunnies make nice pets too. We used to have lots of bunnies. With all of this counting, you feel like the sheep. At last, you're ready to drift off to sleep. Lots of counting. The end. Well, thank you for joining me for Goodnight, Sweetheart Story Time. Have a lovely sleep and come see us at the library. And we are having our regular story times on Thursdays at 11 o'clock. Hope to see you. Good night.